Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from my private serpentarium tonight to bring you the long-awaited Poecilotheria metallica breeding video. It's a long story, but two of these female metallica belong to me. Two of them came from Amy Hudson, and the male actually belongs to Russ Gurley. Crazy deal, I know, but yeah, hopefully we'll have lots of babies soon and it's gonna be fantastic. This is a new arboreal breeding chamber that I have. I mean, I wouldn't call it naturalistic, but it's a custom built cage. It's not ginormous, definitely large enough for two adult arboreal enclosures. This is not as tall as the enclosure that I typically use, but that one is going to be being used by a different species. Basically, I've got mulch on the bottom, rock in the back, and I will go ahead and set them up and talk you through it along the way. So let's just get started. I have my enclosure ready. The mulch is nice and damp. I have some cork for some barriers here. I'm going to walk you through what I do every single time. This is the mature male. I'm hoping this male will make it through a cycle of 4 females. The first thing I do is water him nice and heavily. Try not to spray the animal directly. You do not want them going into the breeding process stressed, but extra moisture in my opinion during this process. I put their entire enclosure inside and actually leave the lids off, but until I'm ready to shut the door, I'm gonna just have the lids set on there. This little girl is one of the girls that belongs to Amy Hudson. I will do the same for her. These both were shipped to me relatively recently. I gave them some time to settle in, have a nice meal, and kind of adjust to their new setting. I'm going to be putting these pieces of cork in here to serve as barriers between them so they can roam and feel relatively safe. I do spray the animals. They don't particularly love being directly sprayed. On the other hand, it certainly poses no danger to them. No tarantula has ever died from being misted by water. And this is a fun fact, it actually rains and even hails in the wild and tarantulas continue to live. And in fact, that moisture is a breeding stimulant. So that's just an interesting little fact for those of you who are worried about the welfare of my animals who get sprayed with water. So what I do is I take the lids off and I just set them in here. That way they don't wind up misplaced, because a container without a lid is really no good at all. I go ahead and mist the entire thing, and these animals are ready to cohabitate. Final step is to close the door, fasten the latch, and then turn the lights out and let the romance begin. That was how I set up my Poecilotheria metallica breeding chamber. As I have mentioned in the past, these animals have never bred in front of me. I could stand here for 3 days and stare at them, and I do not know that they would couple. I've had much better luck by cohabitating them like this. Is it possible that the male may be cannibalized? Yes, and that would be unfortunate, especially since I have several females to be bred. You know, I don't want anyone to die. Of course, in nature, that is what occurs. When most male tarantulas mature, it's actually very close to the end of their life. Nature kind of considers them disposable at that point. However, I'm a little more kind than Mother Nature. Thank you to Amy Hudson and to Russ Gurley. If you have any questions about this process, feel free to comment below. And I would like to know how many Metallica slings you think I might get out of this pairing. Let me know below, and I'll see you guys again soon.